fucking ring light. It's annoying.
It's okay.
You look like live on YouTube. And we are. Let me mute the YouTube.
Oh, now we're live? Cool. Good talk.
We're on YouTube.
Thanks for warning me.
No problem. I'm trying to catch you off guard.
Always.
Have you say some discriminating shit?
Where's Craze? Uh-huh.
Huh?
We're 11 minutes late, so forget Craze Boogie.
We're right on time.
Or Latino time.
Like Ashanti, my boo. Always on time.
I can't believe that I'm letting you go. I can't believe that I'm letting you go. Even though all I want you to say, even though all I want you to say.
This is Karina and Rick.
I'm telling you no. You're telling me no. Baby, don't tell me no.
This is really what's happening right now. This is how we're going to start the show.
Rick, that's you?
We're live. Yes, we're live.
That's the song.
That's the song right there. I just gave you a little taste, a little snippet. We're gonna release that.
Thank you for getting Karina's brand. Just
you heard it here first.
It just lost 10 points right now.
That's from Rick's mixtape dropping in 2022.
Rick said, "Do not play this for anybody." Craze said, "We're gonna play it at the beginning of the show."
Live on the beginning of the show.
Live on the show.
Check out Rick's mixtape in 2022. Drunk Nights and Awkward Mornings.
That was the name of the mixtape.
That was the name of it back in the day.
That was 100% the name of the mixtape. So
I can't.
Welcome to the show. Crazy Boogie's here. Jaylah's missing 2 fingers, but she's here.
I'm not missing a finger. I've just got a swollen hand and a knife cut with my unicorn knife.
She needs to go to the hospital. We have advised her. So if something happens to her, we're not liable. Host of Travel and Shit podcast, D.Carrie is here. And the yoga master, comedian, actress, star La Factoria, and cannabis enthusiast, Black Rose.
And a beautiful, badass mom at that, because we got to give mom too.
Gracias.
Welcome you both to the show.
Thank you. I'm like happy to be here. I was like, oh shit, hold on, we in the break. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's been a minute. You should have been on a while ago, actually. But then
it's okay. I'm 99.
We got Jaylah as a co-host, and I was like, kind of having Rose and Jaylah is almost the same thing, you know.
I guess we're both crazy.
I'm gonna give her that one. 1 point for Rose.
So thank you both for taking the time. Dana's gonna be our special guest co-host, but
I feel like Dana's like our low-key referee tonight. We're in like WrestleMania podcast 101. Yeah, I see you pointing your little finger. You're gonna be our little referee today because you acted mad chill, Carrie, over there. And she's watching everything, taking it all in.
First of all,
that's my thing.
We gotta highlight Dana's dope set, which just gives me like she's just chilling. Like what kind of vibe would you say, H?
I feel like she's more in Florida than I am.
Like, that's true. That's Florida.
And all them plants and
shit.
That's
a good point. That's like the Florida.
She's at Bikini Bottom right now.
Let's go.
I believe in setting the mood. Protect your peace. My home is my very seriously. I really take that serious. Protect my peace, because you can't do that anywhere outside. If you can't be peaceful in your own home, I get that not everybody has the same set of circumstances. Mm-hmm. Thank God I've been fortunate enough to be able to curate a happy home. I like it here.
She said I like it here. I don't like it here. I have no dick in this house.
You got pussy.
Sorry, girl.
That cat of yours.
There's no dick on it?
Damn.
I have no dick in this house. My cat is a girl. She's in heat right now, so I feel her pain. She's like, someone touch me.
I hear that.
So Dana,
we were FaceTiming earlier and the cat was like, meow.
Yeah, she's in heat right now.
So this
My
is
bad.
This is you see, you just meowed in my ear.
Meow. That was a strong meow too.
Well, I know how to meow.
Good, I'm just saying.
Apparently you don't know how to open packages though. But
Hate you, Grace.
but Travel and Shit podcast. Congratulations, you got over 100 episodes. We're not even there yet. I think we
Thank
started
you.
around the same time. What is the podcast about?
Travel and shit.
Wow.
That's really it.
Good job, Rick.
Travel and shit? Oh, shit.
Travel and shit is an experiential conversation. I am a big fan of intentional travel. I do my best to, I guess you could say, fill in the blanks. I'm a hermit when I'm at home. I'm in the house. I don't do much. I'm not mixy. I don't go no place. This is me. This is why my home looks like an oasis, because I don't like doing things outside of my home. I guess you could say I'm an ambivert. I absolutely have the potential to be in crowds. That's just not my flow. I don't really, I'm more of an observer. I'm sitting here silently. It's one of those things, you know how sometimes people like, oh, look at her, she mad stush, she stank. I'm not. I just don't have anything to say. I'm completely content just watching everybody. I am absolutely, like Jaylah says, I'm a people watcher. That is enjoyment enough. And when I travel, I enjoy just sitting places and watching people in other countries that speak different languages. But it's not just this is where I went, this is how I did it podcast. It's more of a conversation about how travel actually has the opportunity to diversify and expand your life if you let it. I've met so many incredible people in my travels, not by accident, but also not on purpose. Like sometimes people will say like, how did you do this? Or how did you do that? Like you are the source, like just show up and be yourself. But the difference is if you allow yourself, you're able to experience a different version of yourself. I find that when I travel, I'm more outgoing. I talk to strangers. Who the fuck am I when I'm traveling? Like, I don't talk to nobody I don't know here if I don't have to. I really don't like small talk because I feel like, what are we getting from it? Like, oh, how you doing? The weather, right? Nobody wants to do that.
But it's like that, it's that phase in your life where like, I'm never going to see these people again. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. There's something about
I can be who I
talking
want
to a stranger.
Be. Absolutely.
But the difference is, though, I don't know what it is that when I'm home, like if I were back when I took the train, or if I did find myself, I don't enjoy networking and mixers and that of the such, but I do it just because I understand that it's that shit you got to do.
Yeah.
But when I'm abroad, I'm never inside. Like I'm only inside because that's where my shit is and the kid got to sleep at some point. Other than that, I like to be out. I'm an outdoor person. Let me hike. Let me do some kind of experience or some kind of adventure that I'm not going to have the opportunity to do when I'm home. And the essence of the podcast is there are so many opportunities to have such dynamic experiences, and you don't have to be like, I'm me. I ain't nobody, you know what I mean? But like, I'm somebody in my little world. I'm somebody to my damn self. You know what I mean? Like my dog thinks I'm the bee's knees. My man likes me. My dad likes me. Like I got my crew, right? But outside of just being important in your own space, you get to understand that level of everybody, like regular people, can make extraordinary impacts in your life. And I've had the opportunity to experience that. And I've thoroughly enjoyed having those conversations with other travelers, how people have had those opportunities to grow. They've had the opportunity to, actually see a different version of themselves. And I really think that if people give themselves the opportunity to just check the fuck in, how am I feeling right now? How am I experiencing myself? What is different about me here in Guadalupe that isn't the same as me in Southside? And I feel like if people have those conversations with themselves, they'll find a really impactful way to grow that you didn't necessarily expect from a vacation. Because there's a difference between vacation and there's a difference between travel. One isn't better than the other. It's like people like to clown on people that go to Atlanta 7 times in a year, or people that consistently go to Vegas. Or there's that conversation where people will say shit like, oh, you buying Jordans, but you don't have a passport. Because that's what they want to do with their money, period. Like everybody bread is their bread. If you decide that you want to go to Vegas 7 times in a year,
Love
I'm
it.
not, but that's not my thing. If that's your thing and that's where you find joy, by all means, be impactful and be meaningful in your trips to Vegas. And it's just
I fuck with Vegas too.
But I love that you say that because like my ex-husband, when I first met him, he's
Jaylah,
like,
give me a
"Oh,
second.
I lived in Vegas, blah 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 blah," and I'm like,
I'm hearing.
"Well, I'm from Costa Rica. Like, what's
feedback.
up?"
Hold on,
And he's
Jaylah,
like,
Jaylah,
"What do you mean? What?"
give me a second. I'm hearing feedback from somebody's. So the
Oh, is it
volume
me?
is up on somebody.
It's not mine. Mine's on normal.
Okay.
Check.
Yeah, I still
See.
hear it.
what about now?
Now we're much better.
Yeah.
Is it you, Dana?
No, but I
It
think
probably was.
It wasn't me. Rick always wants to blame me.
I'm the
Rick
guest. I'll take the
always
L. I'll
wants
fall
to
on the
blame
sword. It was
Jaylah.
me.
No,
Jaylah.
for some
It
reason
was
I
Jaylah's
was
fault.
hearing something.
But
I'm
I'm gonna
sorry to
take
cut
the
you off,
L,
Jaylah.
but I'm gonna finish my statement because I'm not gonna let these two talk
Finish your
over me because they like to. I hear you, Rick, but Jaylah said, my ex used to live in Vegas, and he was like, "Oh, da 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 da, Vegas this," and he's from the Bronx, and that's where my Bronx boogie vibes come from.
We'll find out who's
And we
really
lived
from
in
the
the Bronx for a minute, and he was like, "Yo," and I looked at him and I was like, "Do you have a passport?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Wait, you've never been out of this country?" And he's like, "No, I lived in Vegas." And I was like, "No, papito, I bought him his flight to Costa Rica." And I said, "If you don't get your passport, I don't know what you're going to think you're doing with me."
Come on.
Like, that's not happening. And I love to travel. I've been to so many countries, and I appreciate those cultures. I appreciate the differences. That's one
not gonna
thing
let you
that I
bash
will
the
take
Bronx,
upon
though.
myself.
Yeah.
Crazy
I just
Bronx
went to
is
Puerto
like-
Rico and I was so happy there. I was wearing my thong bikinis. I didn't care about anything in the world. I didn't
Rose,
care
you
if
got
you
a
saw me. I
passport
was
too, right?
free. I was in the water. I didn't drink too much, but I was smoking a whole bunch of weed. As soon as I got there, I made sure I had on that. And I was just happy. I was just like, this is life. Like, why can't this
No, but
always
that's
be like this?
I think that's to your point, Dana. I feel like
Mhm.
the point is that when you travel, it allows you to kind of be outside of yourself and kind of have a little bit more freedom to just be like, yo, you know what? I just want to smoke and watch this beach.
Experience
I just want to do this, like.
Yes.
But that vacation, I'm with what you're saying too in terms of like the difference between vacation and travel. Because I fuck with vacation. And what Black Rose is talking about is vacation, which I fuck with. But I do actually fuck with travel. Like, I feel like that's one of the reasons I want to go to DR, because I've been to DR on a vacation, like to just like
Right.
relax,
Yeah.
be on the beach or whatever. But I really haven't gone to DR to really like explore the island, kind of visit different towns.
You want to hit the little barrios.
Yeah, hit different spots. I'm like into right now like the historical shit about DR, and so I'm like, I really want to go to certain cities and see kind of what that shit was. Like what kind of historical shit is still around.
I went to Trujillo's building. Trujillo's one of his camps.
Oh, Camp
And
David.
it's crazy to see how it was.
Bro, I'm watching Narcos right now. I'm like, yo, I got invited by one of my friends to go to Colombia. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ready. And I'm watching Narcos, and I was like, I'm ready to go.
Yo
quiero ver todo eso. I'm going to Nápoles.
So, out of all
let's
your
go. I'm
travels,
down.
Dana,
I wanna go
which one do you feel you've gotten the most out of, as far as like the experience, the culture? Which one you felt like you enjoyed thoroughly and you got something out of it? I've been to Europe several times, and there's a couple different cities in Europe.
Of course, you would say Europe is your favorite. I know where you go.
Hey, I've been to Europe too. Paris is phenomenal.
Of course, Europe is your favorite.
Paris, Malaga.
I want you to go on
Barcelona,
record, Justin.
Dublin.
Justin, make a note of this. I want this audio clip. So tell me, Rick, what are your favorite places to go and why?
Paris is number one.
Facts.
The vibe of the city, the history.
And by the way,
the French
people from
are
France
very friendly.
when I tell you they love Dominicans, they fucking love Dominicans. I shut down a whole club with Dominican DJs in Paris because I said, we're from LMP and they're Dominican. And they're like, yo, the owner was like, everything is on me. We're shutting down this whole club. We love Dominicans. Play your music all night.
2 weeks from now, Rose will be in Paris.
Yo, you saw that? I took notes and I'm ready. I was like, excuse me. I'm definitely not finding computers.
Malaga,
So
Spain is number 2, and Barcelona
Malaga,
is number
Spain?
3. Yes.
Barcelona sounds
And number
nice.
4
Haven't been to Spain.
is Dublin in Ireland, because I believe
Of
like
course, I knew.
secret Irish somehow.
I knew.
Ireland is like one big pub. Everybody's super nice. Super
Do they have a
friendly.
lot of Jameson there? That's
Yeah,
always-
they do. I went to Iceland.
That's interesting.
That's kind
It
of
was weird because it was like only like 4 hours of daylight. And a lot of stuff shuts down early. And when the kids are sleeping, they keep them in the carriages outside the businesses. So all the kids are just like a whole bunch of strollers in the street because there is like 0 crime rate over there.
That screams human trafficking for me.
But no, they
As
the
a
kids
mother,
are
I'm
it makes
like-
them tough. It makes them tough, I think. But they're, number one is it's cold weather, and when the kids are sleeping, they don't keep them. Like if you're in a restaurant or in a library, whatever, shopping, there's just like a line of strollers outside the business of sleeping babies.
That's fucking nuts.
That
That's
sounds
crazy.
amazing.
Look it up. And I saw it. I was like, yo. I saw this lady like in a coffee shop by the window, and then like the stroller outside, and she was just like,
It's
these
just, you
people
know,
crazy.
Americans
Yo,
we
that's
live in a
that's
different-
different.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to leave my dog outside, bro. Like I'm good.
Bro,
Look it up.
my
They're bugging
kid
out.
I
outside
also
like-
don't live in Iceland, so there's that. So, but I mean,
But which back to
I'm
my
paranoid
original
when I
question.
park my car on the street. I get
But a kid in the car is too different. So good. What travel did you do, Dana, that you got the most out of? You feel?
I mean, can't really say the most. I would venture to say I felt most comfortable between Cuba and Colombia
Really?
because
Ah,
as long as I shut up, you let the fuck in. People just walk up to me and speak Spanish. I'd be like, buenas, pero no habla español, poquito, despacito, por favor. Yeah. That's it.
What part of Cuba and Colombia were you in?
That's all I got. I was actually in Cartagena, and then I did.
Cartagena's beautiful. My godparents are from
I had
Cartagena.
the best fucking time there, and I think that I will say, hands down, the first part about Cartagena that was like the most impactful for me was the ease and comfort with which I felt being a Black woman. I did not feel out of place anywhere I went.
No,
there.
because Cartagena, like my godparents are Afro Latinos, like
Mhm.
they're dark, and Cartagena is known for coming from a dark part, and especially like I'm Costarricense, and in Costa Rica, we were infiltrated when the Jamaicans had their civil war. Costa Rica was infiltrated by a lot of darker colored people. And like my grandfather is Black. Like a lot of people, like I might look blanquita as much as I want to look white, but my family is all Afro Latino. So like my daughter is Afro Latina. Like
I'm getting Central American vibes from you right now. I don't know. I think maybe it's the pigtails.
Yes.
With the glasses.
las colitas.
Yes.
I look like Luz Clarita.
Yeah, you got the
Yeah,
Luz
exactly.
Clarita look right now.
I
Luz
think it's because of the
Clarita.
geographics of Cartagena. I'm not sure, but I think it is on a mountain, or something like that.
No, Cartagena's on the
Yeah,
coast,
area.
and Cartagena is dark.
It's
My
exactly-
godparents are.
Because of where it is in Colombia. That's what I'm telling you. It's like an,
I don't know,
an
I don't-
adaptation to the environment as well.
Let's look it up, bro. Come on, we got Google.
Go ahead, Craze. And then you said Cuba. What part of Cuba?
Cuba, I was in a couple of different places in both, but I was basically centered in Cartagena when I was in Colombia, and I did a bunch of go here, trip there, whatever. But also in Cartagena, I had the opportunity to really connect with a bunch of creatives. It's for me, that trip in particular, I feel like I manifested the perfect trip for what I needed at the time. And I feel like, again, that goes to being intentional about your travels, right? If you know what it is you're going to a particular place for, say that shit. Like, I know that when I went, I wanted to collab with other really dope creatives. I didn't know how the fuck it looked. I didn't know how I was going to pull it off, but I knew that I wanted to be like, we're in the future. This is 2021. We live in a very digital world. So there's no reason why I couldn't collaborate with somebody that lives on the other side of the world. Like, it's absolutely possible, right? So when I got out
but
there,
it's crazy because even then, it's the same situation we have here in the US, though, because I've been to Costa Rica plenty of times trying to collaborate with other Costa Rican influencers. Yeah. And realistically, I come from a very small country. El Salvador has one representation, Alvaro Torres, who did a song with Selena. And then Costa Rica has Maribel Guardia, who everybody thought she was Mexican for like years. Yes. And she's really Costa Rican. And we don't really, other than James, we don't really have a lot of like, I don't know who that is. Soccer players, again, other people that nobody knows about. So for me, I've traveled the world for the same reasons. Like, I wanted to grow, learn. That's why I've learned Puerto Rican Spanish, Colombian Spanish, Dominican Spanish. I've traveled and I've cultured myself because I don't have that representation in my life. And I think that's a very key thing for a lot of us.
I felt that I was very represented in both countries, but in Cuba, I stayed in I was near the coast the first half of the trip, and the second half I was in I don't know, it wasn't Old Havana. I wasn't really fucking with Old Havana. I didn't really like it too tough. I had gone to get a tattoo done, and I like just missed it. The artist was just like, sorry, it's too late. But so that really left a bad taste in my mouth. So I really wasn't, but I had an appointment. It was a long of the short. I had the most incredible fucking day. And then like at the end of said day, I kind of got like trying to be nice. You know what I mean? You try to leave, you make friends along the way. You're like, oh yeah, don't worry. Everybody, we can take the same cab. We go in the same direction, right? Cool. That turns into some fucking guy that ended up going to take a shit in a shower or some shit while we was waiting on him. I was wild hot, mad heated, but everything for a reason, right? Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. So about that story, but we can get that later on. But I'm gonna write a note for myself.
The guy taking this shit, he ended up holding up the taxi. But I had gone for an incredible day of first. Like, I did so many things for the first time I'd never done before. Like, we waded across the river, we did cliff diving, got stung by hit by like a sea urchin. Wasn't that bad. But then, like, I held like an octopus from the ocean. I ended up seeing non-GMO fruits. You know what I mean? In the States, it's just like, my grown ass didn't know oranges weren't always orange. Like, I didn't fucking know. And I'm like, what? Shit's is green. All right, cool. If you say so. Avocados fucking huge. Like, mad, like, fresh juices. It was such an incredible fucking day that even though I didn't get what I intended to, it was like, I can't be mad. The day ain't really owe me much of shit because I had such an incredible time, and I made friends that I still keep in contact with. Like, I still connect with those people. Again, we're in the future. There's no reason why you can't speak to somebody from, other countries. So I will say.
How important is it to you though? Because I travel a lot too, and I love meeting people, and I'm like, Rose knows this. Everybody knows this about me. Like, I'm the friendliest, unfriendliest person ever. Like, I will make friends with you and forever connect with you, and unless you're nasty with me. But what's been your best experience with meeting somebody completely outside of what you expected?
The first person that comes to mind is my host in Norway. So I like doing Airbnbs because I feel like, to what Craze was saying earlier, like, vacations are great for what they're worth, but then like when you travel, it's like you get an opportunity to connect a different way. Like I feel like if you're vacationing, I don't like resorts I just feel like a Marriott is a Marriott
I
is a
can't handle
Marriott.
them for too long. 2 days, 3 days, I want to get out.
It's all the same thing to me. And I don't like staying into one place. Plus in my mind, it's just like, I feel like you're plotting on me. Like you see me walk out of a hotel. Like if you want to victimize a tourist, like I can't even fake it. You know what I mean? Like I'm coming out of a fucking hotel. So if you're looking for somebody to get got, like I already gave that up. But if I feel like I'm coming out of an Airbnb and I keep my fucking mouth shut and you walk around like you belong someplace, you're not looking lost and shit like that, I feel a little easier to blend in. I like that. I also feel like I'm actually getting to know an area, some kind of local culture, if you will, when I stay in somebody's house, when I stay in someone's home. And in Norway, I specifically went just for the Northern Lights. That's it. I wasn't able to see them in Canada. And I asked a couple of folks, where in the north of Europe should the kid go? My uncle used to model. He worked in Europe, and he was just like, go to Norway. They're actually not that bad.
I went to Iceland and tried to see it, but it was so the city light. There's the beam that they had was too bright, so it's like you see the little bit. So they told you to go deeper into the country.
Yeah. The light pollution will really fuck you up. And what I liked about Norway in terms of like the people I meet, the host that I had, Tone, she went like above and beyond, and she looked out for me in little ways that I didn't even know to appreciate until after the fact. So when she came and like, she picked me up from the airport because she was like, yeah, everything's closed. Like we don't really have a 24-hour transit system. So she picked me up from the airport so I didn't have to figure out, buses or taxis or anything. She also made it known. She's like, so grocery store, like nothing's really open on Sundays. Do you want to go?
We're really spoiled in the US that most things,
especially in the city. Especially
if you live in the city, New York, LA, Miami. I've learned that we're super spoiled, and especially like living in Costa Rica for a month and a half, like things don't work like that everywhere else. Like you gotta be happy being home by like 9 p.m.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually in the house that early anyway, because again, hermit. If I'm someplace and back home and in my bed at 10, I'll show up if I can get an in Chucks. But she did such an amazing job of like looking out for me in little ways. She like pulled up to the grocery store, was like, take your time. I'm here. If you need me, call me. Let me know if you have any questions. Did the whole thing, came back. And when I got back to, she had this beautiful little downstairs apartment. I have all the privacy that I can imagine, but she was like, would you like to have dinner with me? I'm about to, make a pizza. And I was like, okay, sure. I thought I lost my phone. She went out. It was actually, I just dropped it in the car. She got it for me. And I see her in the kitchen, like literally actually making a pizza. I thought she was going to pull out like some DiGiorno shit from the freezer or whatever, but she pulled out she had
the cheese.
No,
she had the dough.
I don't think the dough was from scratch, but she was really in the kitchen layering shit and the sauce. And I was like, oh, this bitch is really making pizza. Shit. And so then we had pizza. She cracked open a bottle of wine and we talked.
So you had Norwegian homemade pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was like at a cousin's house. White lady.
How was it?
Shit was good. I mean, you add some wine to it and the kid ain't mad, but I mean, it was,
but
this woman.
I want to hear though, how important was that conversation? Because we live in a world right now where it's 2021, 2020 just happened. We obviously had this crazy ass pandemic. And I think that one of the literal things that we take for granted right now is the abuse of conversation and communication. So people think they DM you or they put a nice little comment or they put little heart faces on your fucking page and they think that that's cute. But how important was having that connection and that actual conversation with somebody at a different time? And especially in a different country.
I don't know that it was the conversation per se. only because at the time I had AT&T, so my data was popping. I could talk to anybody anywhere. I was the
Shout out to T-Mobile as well.
But I think for me, it was more her hospitality, the way I feel like she extended herself to treat me as if I was family. Like I felt like she took care of me like I was like her cousin that came in to visit her at her house. Like, oh yeah, my niece is coming in, or this is my daughter's girlfriend from school. You know, she's coming over to visit, blah, blah, blah. But with her, it wasn't, because again, I'm very comfortable sitting in a room by like I don't get bored. It's a gift. It's a gift. Like I'm very able to entertain myself, especially if you give me some fucking internet, I'm good. But for me, it was the kindness. And that's another thing that travel taught me. It taught me to be more patient, and it taught me to especially extend myself when possible, right? I've been in situations where I've been clueless. Like in China, I can't even fake it. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand the characters. Spanish speaking countries, I could fake my phone. You know what I mean? Like I can read it better than I could fucking speak it. And then phones, you got Google Translate the whole nine. But I've had so many people just be kind to me. Just little questions like I have no clue where I'm going, or asking for directions. So being able to extend that same courtesy to people when I'm home, especially like in my job, like I work with people in the public, and when they come in and they don't speak English, a lot of people are just like, oh, I only speak English. What do you want? All right, bro, you got a fucking phone in your hand. You sitting here dicking around looking at pictures or whatever. You can't pull up Google Translate.
No.
Like, I mean, like you got all these apps.
Yeah,
you can't pull up
other people. Like it makes you, when you travel, it does make you kind of be like, you know what?
Yeah.
You view people in a different way. Like maybe
I've been that person that needed help. I've been that person that had a really easy, like I feel like this is an easy question. We could really, this shouldn't be difficult. But if you're not trying to give me the time of day, if you're not trying to lend me your ear, if you're not trying to just be kind. And I really think that that's what did it for me. I really feel like the conversation I could have left her, I didn't really bother me to talk to her or not, but it's that she went out of her way in so many little ways that were so significant. You know what I mean? Making sure that I had something to eat.
And it was like a consistent thing. She didn't just do it one time for something. Yeah. She just like made sure you were good.
But in all defense though, like I have to say this because obviously I was born in Long Island, but I was raised in Florida, and I've been back and forth. Shut up, Rick. Rick, cállate. Cállate, coño. I know that I'm like, I was raised in Florida. I was 100%. Kindergarten through college, I was raised in Florida. But, you know, everybody always told me New Yorkers are assholes. They're like this and that and blah, blah, blah. But there's something that I always learned. It's not that they're assholes. It's just that they're straight to the point. And just people don't understand what that means. Yeah. So when you're going on a train and you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you ask somebody, they're cutting straight to the fucking point. And I always given so much respect to New Yorkers for that, because it's like, you're not being a dick. You're just being straight to the point, and people want you to be sensitive, and you're not trying to be sensitive about it.
Being a jerk. That's
what being a jerk, because you can take your time and explain the subway system.
We gotta be nice to people in 2021.
Not if it's your stop. I mean, like, like you got
if you're getting off on 174th and Vice, you ain't gonna tell nobody on the damn 2 train.
I'm not. You're right, 100%. Maybe if it's Jay-Z. He's like,
I just Uber all the time now. I hardly.
I mean, that's true. I don't take the train anymore, so I'm just talking.
Yeah, I'm good on the train. I
haven't taken a train in almost 2 years now.
And mind you, I'm right by the train station. I don't want to say where I live, but you guys know where I live. It's like I'm on the block of the train station. And I dread taking the train. I'd rather I'd be like, damn, I gotta go to Brooklyn. How much is that cab gonna cost? I'm gonna drive me there. I'm gonna get gas money.
Some questions matter. Some questions matter.
How important is this for me?
I will spend them $45 instead of them $275 to get to Brooklyn.
Your time is more valuable in New York. I'm just sorry.
Also,
Dana, where can we catch travel
valuable package here? You know,
We feel you.
And when does it come out?
Every Thursday. Wherever
At what
you
time?
do your podcast. Oh, I don't stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Thursday. It'll be there Thursday.
Thursday. Oh, it comes out Thursday.
Every Thursday. I'm there. Consistent weekly, wherever you do the podcast, whether it be on the Spotify's,
Google,
Apple,
iHeart,
YouTube. Don't hold me to it. It'll get there.
It'll make
It gets there. The audio is always there on Thursdays.
You might have heard the audio already, but it'll be there on YouTube.
Yes.
Rick,
But yeah,
Rick, why are you so low today?
Excuse me?
Why are you so low today?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't have your APA, your IPA? I don't know. I don't
Oh
drink
no,
beer.
you got too much
He's going
energy.
for the whisper.
So I gotta lower my energy
It's
to
like
match your energy.
this sexy podcast voice that you're trying to do is not.
Last week,
now
he was-
here at the Rick
H Show.
Yeah, he wants to be the what's that called? The SMS.
Oh,
ASMR.
Yeah, the ASMR. Hi.
No, somebody messed with my mixer and they moved my. So I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know how to get it back up. I know I gotta be like right here.
yeah,
Literally.
Literally. So
That's his story, and he's sticking to it, guys.
word up. And the person that just spoke is Black Rose. Again, comedian, actress.
Yo, Black
Cannabis
Rose, tell us
enthusiast.
about what's going on with you, man.
No.
First of all, are you pregnant? Because in La Factoria.
Crazy.
What?
You know what it is? I had gained some quarantine weight, and these people try to like throw me a whole baby shower. Pobre Sofia. Sofia was not with the shits.
Funniest line is, ¿tú sabes eso? Una mujer que hace yoga todos los días.
Una mujer que hace yoga todos los días. Que me pongan
Not
en
only
eso.
that, she's not only doing yoga, now she's teaching yoga. Because you got your friends on some fucking strings, bitch.
Which is the yoga trapeze. It's actually right here.
Oh, nice. You do the nice.
Yes, yoga's.
Yo, I thought she was gonna get
No,
up.
Rose.
If fucking Jayla's not there, because I'd probably be on this episode upside down.
Imagine that I could just pull myself up and I'm like, all right.
Rose is real about that yoga shit. She's not one.
Yeah,
of
I've been doing it for like a good 5 years on and off, and I've gone through phases where I was really good, very flexible, and then my first drunk experience with yoga was drinking some wine. First of all, actually, I was tanning in a rooftop, the black asphalt. You guys know that, right? And we were having wine, and then I was like, you know what? This asphalt is hot because it was like painted silver, so it was reflecting even more. So you know how people do that shit to get the tans? So imagine that on a whole roof. And I said, all right, let's go downstairs. Let's just drink another wine downstairs and do yoga. My friend is like, let's do acro yoga because she looks like Pocahontas. She's Puerto Rican, Chinese, and Indian. And she looks just like Pocahontas. So she's really little, really petite. And I'm big. So I'm thinking like, yeah, we could do this yoga trapeze. Acro yoga. And I, without a mat, barefoot, try to do a sun salutation, and instead of stepping out, I hopped, fell on my big toe and shattered it.
Ow.
That was my first don't drink in yoga.
You know, when you go to like a hot tub or like one of these places, that's why they tell you not to drink, because the heat.
The heat.
Yeah.
I had
it's
one glass of
expiring.
wine, white wine.
Oh, but the heat.
But the
I don't
heat
drink,
that
so
you, Craze doesn't drink. He wouldn't know that. But
I'm
if
gonna
you,
do like a little clubhouse. What I've
that's
been
why if
learning.
you go to a resort and you're in the sun all day,
We're gonna
it's
do
not
a
gonna
little.
take that long to get you really drunk.
Yeah, I'd rather not even drink too much in resorts. I don't, like, I'm serious. I get worried about what could happen to me. I've already shattered a toe. And 2 weeks ago, I did drunken yoga again for some reason. I try to do a bridge. I try to do the bridge. The bridge is when you, the table, the bridge, you go
backwards.
And I couldn't hold myself up. So I fell and my knees kind of just like, it went out like that, like this way, it makes sense, the other way. And I hyperextended both of my knees. So I've been fucked ever since. Slowly healing, 2 weeks on ibuprofen right now. And today I finally got on the yoga trapeze because I wanted to feel it out. I didn't want to like hurt myself. I was like,
Did
all
the
right,
doctor
I gotta
say it
wait.
was okay to do that?
What doctor? We're Latinas.
No, that's why when you were saying that
Well,
you
Vic's
go to the
fucking
doctor, I didn't go to the doctor for these knees. I went to
What doctor?
Yo, I'm gonna need y'all to
I was
go
like the
to
beach
doctor.
and the sand and the salt ocean water.
Everything is fixed. Everything. The beach fixed everything.
What? I was like, yeah, oh shoot, come here, mommy. My knees, please, mija.
Crazy.
But I wanna reset the room like this.
Crazy. If you bust your knees, please go to the doctor.
Yeah,
please.
I'm gonna go to the doctor, man. I'm gonna go to
If you cut yourself crazy, please go to the doctor.
Jaylah, I
Don't do what we do.
I know that you're from Florida, Jaylah, but I'm gonna need you to go to the ER.
I feel like Craze is actually really worried about my hand.
I really am. Since yesterday.
You need to put some ice on that, Jaylah.
It looks bad.
If you haven't put ice on it
No.
yet,
It was worse yesterday. I'm not
Can you move
worried
your
about
thumb?
It. It's not gushing. Look, I could squeeze and it's not gushing.
I can see the white meat in your hand.
Puncture
So.
wound.
Can you move your thumb though? Oh yeah, you good. You're good. She good.
Barely.
She good.
that's
She
why
good. She good.
Listen, as long as my hand is not purple, we Gucci.
honey.
Estamos
Right.
bien. I'll put some Vicks, Neosporin, oxygen peroxide, a
Lady.
Band-Aid. I got
My knees just
Any
get a
of
little
that stuff.
stiff.
I got some gauze right here. I'll wrap it for you guys if it makes you feel better. Crazy is like Jaylah, no.
Crazy.
But I'm
What's your
saying,
advice?
You need to go see if you need a tetanus shot. If you need like, bro.
I'm getting no shots. I'm not getting the fucking COVID shot, the flu shot, the fucking
Jaylah, I'm never
herpes
seeing you in person.
B. I don't fucking
Never.
Jaylah, you're never gonna travel ever again.
the
Never gonna
tetanus
see you.
shot. I don't fucking care. I'm not taking this shit.
I need you to believe in
Jaylah,
science. Please.
Vicks and Robitussin don't fix it all. All right,
Please,
you need a doctor.
NyQuil,
Can you imagine? They don't
NyQuil, vapor rub, a shot, and we're Gucci.
She said, and we Gucci. So what's gonna happen now that we have to have these traveling passports? What about the people like me that don't want that? Like I'm gonna have to get a Jola now to make it anywhere.
You gotta get a fake card. A fake
Bitch, we about to start making fake ID vaccine cards.
Just go to Roosevelt on
Yeah. Just Roosevelt Avenue under the 7 train.
On
Can
the
somebody
7th train.
please mail me one? I'll send you money.
Right next to the birria truck. You can get
What's
it.
that area? Corona, Queens, Roosevelt Avenue under the 7th train.
Yeah.
Jackson Heights. I'm sorry, Jackson Heights.
Jackson Heights guy.
Just wait
Yeah,
for
because now
somebody.
Rick is from Queens since he left the Bronx.
Who is this guy?
So Rose, out of La Factoria, your skits online, your yoga, the cannabis, because you also do a cannabis podcast, also, right?
Yes, Happy Munkey.
Happy Monkey.
Shout out to Zuri.
What out of those 4 things? I asked you earlier if they gave you $100 million, and you can only use that 100 mil for one of those 4 things. Which one is it? Now that you have some time to let it.
No, I know I was joking earlier, and I said, yeah, I would be an actress that could play all of that. But what's really happening right now, I would want my own cannabis business. I want my own farm. That's what I would use that money towards: growing, distribution, marketing, just to like put myself out there. I already own a certain website for something, so I've already had it premeditated, and I'm just waiting for when that money comes to invest in that business. You know, the license is expensive. This is very expensive to get the license application. Just to apply is like $5,000 just for an application.
We support you. We want that shit to happen, honestly.
Shit, from your lips to the universe.
Straight up.
I mean, you just said it, so you're speaking it into existence. So it's
your mic, bro.
I hear you, Rick.
You just said it, so you're speaking it to existence.
Shit. Listen, I went to Jamaica. That's one of the islands that I felt the most comfortable, even more comfortable than the Dominican Republic.
Okay. I've been to Jamaica.
I was born here. I was born in New York, born and raised in Harlem. I live in Washington Heights now. But yeah,
we're gonna have to put it through a quiz, Crazy.
We're gonna have to certify her.
Negril is crazy. I love it.
This is a double certification from me and Craze. So this will be the first time it ever gets done.
Uptown.
Because she said Uptown Watch the Heights.
Uptown certified. Wait, how long you been
she's
Uptown?
uptown. And I know this for a real reason.
Jaylah, you're not from Uptown. You're from Florida.
Excuse you. I lived in Uptown. I used to sleep in my bed.
I was able to walk to Jaylah's house.
Yeah.
When she was up here.
So yeah, but, how long you been uptown?
Me, 15 years.
Oh.
That's what
going
I'm
on 16.
Y'all talking shit. Y'all thinking I'm bringing the wrong women into the situation?
Yeah.
Come on. I'm gonna put y'all
I just be quiet. I be quiet. Listen, y'all be posting the train station all the time. I'm like, they live on my train station.
So let me explain something to you. Jaylah just started clapping.
Yeah, I don't know.
You only clap when you're about to fight somebody.
Yeah, I don't know what that about.
That's the first thing. Second thing is,
and with my bad hand too.
A lot of people claim to be from Washington Heights and Uptown.
Yeah, and then they're not. You know,
and they're not, and we have to check them because this show.
Like, yo, how long you been up?
This show.
First of all, if I wasn't on this show, I would never certify Rose because Rose got more certifications than I do. Let's not play it. And I know myself better than that. But I ain't bringing none of my favorite.
But you're from Florida, so you can't certify anybody.
Yeah, you're from Boca Raton, man.
Well,
Rose, this is why you have friends.
It's like being from the Hamptons.
Rick, I've been here in Washington Heights for going on 16 years now. You know,
wow.
I'm just very mellow, low key. I kind of just do my events.
Hold on. Now that accent. On what side of Broadway will you hear that accent?
That was on the Yeshiva University side.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
All right. We all know that they're in the outskirts. They're on Bennett, and then they're on Amsterdam and that Yeshiva side. And then in the middle, we got like all the Platanos, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans. We got the melting pot in the middle, but they in the outskirts.
So Justin, give me my graphic. I think we're gonna go into this segment. Actually, I'm very excited about this segment. Give me the Bronx graphic, but we're gonna scratch the BX, and this is the Wash Heights version. Now, Craze. Hold on a second. We'll do two each. So Craze was knighted a couple years ago
by George Washington.
Knighted? No.
A couple episodes ago?
No, excuse me.
The alderman,
the alderman of the
Bronx.
Sir Alderman of the Bronx. He was knighted by Big Pun himself eons ago.
Okay. Then in the middle of Little Italy, little did he know that he
exactly. That man used to live on Big Pun Avenue. So
I did. I used to live on Big Pun Place.
So
and I know Big Pun's sister. So what?
That's dope.
So he is certified. He's the one that certifies people. Bronx native, forget that. That's he can't certify you from the Bronx.
Nah, I love Bronx.
Drinking at Bronx Brewery, that don't certify you from the BX.
No, shout out to Big Pun because he just got his street name.
Big Pun Plaza.
Seriously.
I lived in the Bronx for 10 years also. So
this how
when I was
crazy
pregnant during that time.
Where is that plaza, Craze?
It's Fordham. It's right across the street from. It's right on where the Army recruiting station is on Grand Concourse.
Boom. So the man was certified in the Bronx by J-Lo, Big Pun, Fat Joe himself, and the occasion happened at Jimmy's Bronx Cafe when
and Derek Jeter.
And Derek Jeter himself.
Yeah, they're all Pun's friends. Duh.
But Craze is also certified in Washington Heights along with me. So I'm gonna let Craze take the first Washington Heights question for Rose.
Okay.
All right. So look, what point? Washington Heights is its neighborhood in the uppermost area of New York City borough, right? What's the name of the street that has the highest natural point on Manhattan?
Oof, that's kind of tough.
It's the highest natural point. The highest,
yes.
The
peak.
Yes.
The highest.
Well, I'm right here. I'm right here in the P because if you go down Snake Hill, Dykeman is a whole puddle.
Yeah, but there's a place.
Yes,
There's an
but there's a
avenue,
place
right?
that's bigger.
One of the avenues. There's like Saint Nick.
Fort Tryon? You talking about Fort Tryon?
There's Saint Nick. I'm gonna give you some choices.
She got it already. It's Fort Washington, Fort Tryon area.
Fort Tryon.
Yeah.
That's the highest natural point.
That's us. Because if there's a flood, I'm safe.
1
I don't
point
know
for
about the
Rose.
people in Dykeman, but
Carrie.
I'll be safe.
Hey, Carrie, you gotta chime in too. If you know these, you gotta gotta certify yourself. You gotta like get in there if you know these.
Rick, what's your question? Go.
So
Me?
my question is this.
I don't know.
What block does Washington Heights actually end on?
Ooh, wait, north or south?
Let's go. It starts. So if you're in Harlem, it starts on a specific block. That's not the block I'm asking. I'm asking
Where does it end?
where does it turn into Inwood?
Okay. That's a tough one, actually. But I know.
I want to say 193rd. Because Inwood, once you're down Snake Hill, that's literally considered that's Inwood. That's Dykeman. That's Inwood.
I'm gonna give it to you because you're very close.
Very close.
What, 194?
Give me the block.
Dykeman.
Dykeman itself?
Yes.
Dykeman is the actual border of Washington Heights.
Yeah, because I would say that like Dykeman starts Inwood.
Yeah, that literally from Inwood Palante is. I mean, from Dykeman to Inwood.
And it has been argued for many centuries.
Yeah,
Harlem
but
ends on
you got it right.
151st Street.
It's right in that.
151st?
Yes,
Really?
it does.
Yeah.
Logistically, it honestly ends on 151st.
The problem is that the electrical grid starts at 155th.
He said the electrical
It's
bridge.
true.
Craze is your question now. Rose, you got 2 already. All right.
Let me see. What's my next question? I'm
doing good because I didn't smoke much. Because you guys should have seen me at my last trivia that I had with my friends over in the West in the West Coast.
No.
Forget about it.
All right. Well, I think this should be an easy one because it's a political one. What district do you belong to? What community board district?
When you go vote, what district do you go
It's still
vote?
on me?
Yes.
Yeah, you.
All right.
Or anyone who knows the answer can help you. Anyone. Jaylah knows.
District
Carrie's
5.
out here like scratching her dog.
Jaylah, who is also from Washington Heights, right?
I'm not from the Bronx. I don't know shit about the Bronx, but this man over here. I don't know nothing about the Bronx.
She said, I don't know nobody but this guy right here.
A man from the Bronx, that's it. I be talking hot shit about the Bronx all the time, though. And
It's because of our ex co-host. I'm just gonna say the 15th district.
Yeah. Nah.
Isn't it District 5?
Nah.
No.
District
I think
12.
you're District 12.
District 12.
Wow, that was a
I
hard
don't
one.
know.
The Bronx is
It's almost
District
100.
15.
I'm gonna give you
That was a hard one. I
the
figured
easiest.
we just know
question.
the Black Rose didn't vote for 15 years. That's what we know.
Go Craze. Get to your next question.
Greg, what's your next question?
I'm gonna do a pop culture question, and I'm gonna say who is the most famous Dominican actor from Washington Heights?
Have you guys heard of Rosemary Severino? She's amazing.
Hey!
And that's actually the
La
correct
Factoria doing it
It's
all
great.
day. You
I'm
heard?
playing
actually the
Sophia in
correct
the
answer.
Factoria right now.
That's actually the correct answer for actress. Actor is Matt Perez. So we'll take that.
Have a good night, Ma.
We'll take that. She's Bronx certified, age. That's it. It's 3.
Wait, this Washington Heights.
Heights. Uptown.
Damn.
Uptown certified.
I got a lot of love from my people in the Bronx too, guys.
Let's be real. I think Rose could actually pass the Bronx certified. Like
I lived in the Bronx for also 10 years, guys. I understand that this young face
She's an Uptown veteran.
Uptown.
is making you think that I am younger than I am. But if I've been 15 years here, 10 years in the Bronx, and I was raised in Harlem.
We don't gotta do too much math.
no, mija, no le los años.
Yeah, we can't. We don't need to get into the math about it.
So Rose looks like she's 25, but she might not be.
Old. 2015
It's
plus
called
10 is
weed,
25.
CMOS, and an occasional masturbation.
Oh,
And water.
and water.
Water, lots of water.
Rose, what is your favorite thing to do? Stand-up comedy, online sketches, with your crew, or yoga?
Oh my God.
And which one has been your favorite experience?
My favorite has been doing the sketches with my friends because like the amount of times that we laugh, just even thinking about these ideas is crazy. But with everything comes growth, and I've done a lot of sketches, and I'm now definitely been putting in more stage time, and I'm starting to really enjoy that process because I get to talk about it all. Like my inspiration is me pretty much making fun of myself most of the time, or making fun of these trials and tribulations that we could go through as women, or just living in the neighborhoods that we live in. So I'm starting to like fall in love with the stand-up, if that makes sense.
I want to be honest though, because I remember the first time Rose got put up to do stand-up.
Wait,
Oh,
let's hold
And
it. I know what it is.
it was literally me against Rose. And they were like, one of you has to go up right now. We know neither of you have any knowledge of what
Tommy, they were pressuring us.
And they were like, it's either Jaylah or Rose. Who's going up? And
Well,
I looked
Jaylah
at
got
Rose.
no business doing stand-up comedy. That's why.
why you hating on Jaylah, bro?
Yo, Rick always stays hating on me.
Jaylah, I
But
believe
can
it.
I finish? Can I finish my statement? She got no business doing stand-up comedy, but she does have business being a co-host
That's true.
on the Menu on the Rick A Show, and
That's
a new
hitting,
project.
that's hitting.
That new project that she's
Yo,
gonna
you should
launch
do some
later
stand-up.
on.
I really, I
You
love
stand up,
that you
Jaylah.
tried to save yourself,
Nice
Rick,
save.
but you're still an asshole.
Nah, do some
And I'm
stand-up.
gonna be straight up, but we literally, and especially like, and this is a serious topic, like as Latinas, like this is what happens, that you get put face to face one another, and it's like, who's gonna go, who's gonna do it, who's brave enough,
Are
who
you
wants
calling out
it?
Tommy and Ivan right now?
Yeah, they threw us up on that stage.
No, they literally did.
I'm about
And
to
I
mute
looked
Jaylah
at,
right
and
now.
I looked at Rose,
Tommy's my
and,
family right now.
and we were at
You gotta
what was,
tell
Tommy, I
what
love
was
you.
the place called, Rose? Because it was down the street from
Brown
where
sugar.
Brown sugar.
Yeah.
Brown sugar.
And it was down the street from where me and Jinx used to host our show. And I used to have sushi across the street at Hashi's. And I remember that day so clearly. And they both looked at us and they were so serious. They're like, both of you are ready.
Don't
But
hang out with Tommy 5K if you know you do stand-up.
And
First of
they
all,
looked at us
Second of all,
and they're like, who's going first?
Jaylah's brand of comedy is better fitted for shows like this.
100%. 100%.
Rose's comedy, she could do this and she could do other things.
But Rose also has a Rose, and I love my girls. And this is one thing about me that people seem to not get. I always give flowers where flowers are deserved.
Where my flowers at though?
Word up.
Fuck you. You
Me and
always stay
Craze.
yelling at me.
Nah, I
Fuck
do
your
Go
friend.
fuck yourself.
You just told me I'm not funny.
Exactly.
He
Yeah.
said we're deserved.
He said, no, but my girl, and I'm going to give Rose my flowers because I saw what the beginning of what Rose's comedy career was. And it was literally like, who's going up? You or Jaylah? And I looked at her and I said, baby girl, you're more ready than I am. Go for it. And I could have been a selfish ass bitch and I could have taken that down on myself. And I didn't, because my friend deserved more flowers. And she is funnier. She's worked harder. She's had a longer life and career than what I've
Are
had.
you trying to blow up the woman's age? Longer life, longer.
No, but it's in a good way, because a lot of people think that that's a bad thing. And it's
I know.
not.
I get it.
That experience, those credentials mean a lot, because Rose has been one of those people that has taught me a lot around my own career. And she has been a friend. She has been a good sister, a person, somebody that a lot of people don't ever give flowers to. And I always have to give that to her. And
this
Tommy
episode-
and Ivan were encouraging us to do better. And they did that great job because they are that
I
amazing.
really appreciate Tommy and
This,
Ivan. I
this
really
episode is
They
about
really
that.
have.
So
There is no caché without B12. There is no caché without Tia. And there is, she has her thing with Mark. I have my thing with Mark. And we have Tommy. We have Ivan. We have a whole crew.
shout out to Mark Rain, by the way. That's my brother, Mark Rain.
Yeah, I love Mark. So talented. We're gonna go see Mark in Hollywood when he blows up.
Mark is gonna be a whole fucking legend on his own. He is the next Lin-Manuel Miranda on his own level without the culture cancel. Thank you, because I know what you're about to say, because I know you better than that.
Let's just stop you right there. Not Lin-Manuel Miranda. Mark's gonna be better. 1,000 times better. Much love to Mark. I want to know this from Rose though. Rose does skits with 2 different crews. She's done skits with Tommy and Ivan, but her real crew is Mark, Ken, Tele, which I think is one of the most.
I love Tele.
Shout out to Tele. What is your favorite sketch? Because they have, Living with Pops, which is my personal favorite. What's your favorite sketch to do with them? Stuff that Mark comes on his own, or stuff that you guys do?
Mark and I have definitely, our chemistry in the skits has grown a lot. Like, we know each other for 5 years, so right now that's working. But I have like so many great memories just with the whole.
Mark traded me for her.
He upgraded.
You left, sweetheart. You left. You know these guys. They're so quick.
You know them New York niggas, yeah.
Yo, that's hate, bro. Look, Ricochet.
He upgraded.
Keep track. That's 2 times he said he hated on you this episode. That's fucked up.
She knows I ain't never hate on nobody.
Jaylah is supposed to be on the show so we could go back and forth. So this is my job to do this.
He's like, it's working.
Rose. Let's get back to Rose. She was in the middle of her point about her and Mark.
No, I love working with Mark right now. Like this good energy. And when we see that people are reacting to that, the smart thing to do is to keep doing it every now and then. Not every single sketch, because we all work with different people all the time.
Yeah.
But we know how to pay attention to the storyline that people like. And we make them wait a little, then we throw something else. And then of course, just when the whole crew is together, like we went viral with the Joker skit in the Bronx. So that was like a really good memory because that was a really good memory and a good experience. And it felt good to see us on like national news TV, everyone showing our sketch and it becoming a conversation piece about, do we want these big movie productions to come to our neighborhoods? Are the people respecting when they come to the neighborhoods? Because if we remember, there was a small controversy. People that lived in the buildings of the steps or had to travel up and down were getting annoyed with the tourists coming in all the time, taking pictures and doing videos. And here we go, we did a video and there were cameras. There were cameras there that day. Like 3 other different news channels. So that's how that happened. So like that magic is what I love when we're all together as a team.
And what about when you do the HERlarious shows with Rachel?
My girls, I love.
I know that's comedy improv. That's not really my avenue. I don't really not into that whole realm, but I think it's cool that it's an all-woman cast.
I love them. I'm part of the HERlarious committee. Basically, we're all writers, producers. We get together. Like, I want to thank Rachel La Loca. I love her so much for always thinking about us and
Miss Big B.
Helping us go with that. Miss Big B is for La Factoria. Yeah. She's the writer for that. But in terms of HERlarious, it's nice. We got to stream our stuff on Toronto sketch 2 days ago. That's like crazy for me. I was like, what? Toronto, Canada is seeing our sketches. And they opened up the show with our sketch. So
Yo, that's
I feel blessed with every single team. The La Factoria, the Goodnight crew, the HERlarious girls, just talking to so many different people in podcasts, making connections with All Deaf Cannabis in the West Coast. Like, I feel this shift that I don't even know if I know what's
doing
happening
a video
yet.
with Jim Jones 2 days ago. Like,
well, you know,
hey, let's go.
shout out to my friend Sig the Drip Signature. Look her up. She's been stamped by everybody, and Jim Jones was in the building that day. We was outside.
So I want to know, like, even like Carrie, you, like everybody, like, you know, as women in this game, it's not easy for us to maneuver. We always have shadows behind us. We always have like almost like big brothers and like things that like almost in a way hinder. Like,
yeah, I've been through all of that.
How have both of you guys maneuvered? You know, Carrie, with your traveling, you, Rose, doing like, you're like a Renaissance woman, like doing so many different things. You know, that's why I look up to you as one of like my big sisters. Like, you literally, like, you're a mother. You guys, like, I've seen so many of the things, and even traveling, because I'm a traveler, like I've been in all those realms. How is it for you guys both individually to like hone that and be like, you know what, I'm good in my space?
I'm gonna let her talk first because I just finished a little bit. I want to hear what Carrie got to say first because she's so quiet and the dog is so cute.
What's name, by the way?
This is Banksy. This is my little. This is my shadow. My little co-host. For me, I think that it's kind of different and the same, right? So when I travel, I'm able to have and keep my own autonomy because I'm a foreigner, right? So as soon as I open my mouth, I can't hide being American. As soon as I speak, they're going to know. So wherever you go, there's that level of, I don't want to say, I don't want to say privilege, but there is a privilege. There's that blue passport privilege. Like, we get to come and go so many places, like just cavalierly. You know what I mean? Like, I've never had, the worst airport experience I had was Tel Aviv. I felt like they questioned the shit out of me. Like, I was really like, I had to pull it in to not really like be nasty to this chick that was being nasty to me, right? Because it's like, at the end of the day, I'm trying to get access to your country, sis. Like, you talking wild, hot, stupid shit right now, but all right, what I'm gonna do? You know what I mean? I'm gonna just jump back at you, and now all of a sudden I'm in somebody's back closet. But outside of travel, when it comes to the podcast, for me, just create my own lane. Like, that's the beauty in it being a solo act, right? It's just me. I don't have a team. I mean, my boyfriend is my editor. He does an incredible job. God bless him. Love you. You're awesome. You're pretty. Awesome. Yeah, I see you. Mm-hmm.
Give him the flowers.
Hi, Daddy.
Yeah. But other than that, knowing myself, I don't want to say that I don't work well with others. It's not my ministry. It's not my strong suit. And I know that that's something that I do have to improve on. And it's not that I'm not a sociable person. It's not that I don't know how to speak to people. It's just that I have a difficult time explaining myself sometimes. It makes sense in my head. It makes sense to me. And I'm able to work through that on my own. If I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning and just decide to think through it so that I get to the point where I know what I'm going to do next, I can make that happen. But the whole having to explain that to other people and to have those conversations with like a team or a group, I'm not there yet. So in terms of like finding that lane and having other people kind of like, you know, either be in the way or not in the way, I do a very good job of just being a wallflower, just like, you know.
I know you've mentioned your boyfriend a couple times in this, and he's been your editor. He's been a help. You know, Rick is married. He has a beautiful new child. Shout out to Jonas. And me and Craze have been married or semi-married and baby mamas and baby daddies before. Rose has her flowers as well. She has a grown-ass child. How, because it's different. We live in a different world, you know, where it's not easy finding a partner that can understand what you're going through and what you're trying to do, especially when it's an unfiltered lane. And you've obviously been doing that. So from your personal experience, what has that looked like? And what triumphs and tribulations have you guys had to go through to maneuver through it?
I think a lot of it is guess and check, right? You could look at so many different people's pictures. You could look at so many different stories and so many different ways to do it, but that's not necessarily going to work for everybody else. And what I've personally had to work through is not beating myself up, because I have an idea of what I'm supposed to be doing or what I'm supposed to get done or how much progress I should have made by a certain time. And it's real easy to, compare, because honestly, I've been able to get as far as I've gotten because of the internet, right? I could look up anything that I need information on. You find the right people, you reach out. You know what I mean? So the internet has been, shout out to the good old Al Gore. You know what I mean? Because I'm loving this good.
Yo, shout out to Al Gore.
Appreciate him. But at the same time, if you let it, it'll fuck with your head and have you thinking like you're doing shit wrong. But it doesn't have to be wrong. It's just not for me. Like Rick's got his show. This is Rick's podcast, right?
I think that's a good point, because Rick is like that. I think only now has he gotten into more of like a team way of handling shit. But I feel
Hater
like
of the year, Craze Boogie.
I'm not a hater. I'm just saying I feel like Rick's general.
We're just being honest, Rick.
Yeah, Rick's general way of working is that he wants to do all this shit by himself and then come and
This is my issue, right?
And tell you, like, spring it on you 30 minutes before we're gonna do the show. Like, yo, what's
air the dirty laundry? We could do that.
But but now I feel like the last I'll say the last like 10 episodes.
Craze, pause, right? Jaylah's been on the show since season 5, right? Officially.
Yeah.
Since season 5, I said.
I want to listen. This is not about us. I was just making a point.
Here we go. Here goes Rick and Craze.
I want to hear what Black Rose's team looks like.
Hold on a second. I feel like I'm gonna make my point.
Make your point.
We got time. This is my show. We on YouTube.
Make your time.
As you see.
First of all, I always share this with all you guys. That's one.
No.
2, I say if there's a guest or something you would like to do, just say it.
That's true.
Right?
Say that.
Then 5 days goes by. I don't hear nothing. So I'm not just gonna pop up on a Tuesday with nothing. I always come. I got stuff in the back pocket.
This is the Rick H show. We know this.
I'm gonna give Craze his due. We've done one of my favorite shows we've done was the cancel culture, the 2 parts.
Yo, my episodes are the best ones.
And that kind of was like Craze's baby, because he's the one that we started that conversation. And that show did very well on its own. And we didn't have no guests.
Yeah.
Jaylah, Walshy, Giancarlo's, there's a few other people. She does her part.
Yo, Jaylah does.
At the end of the day, it needs to be every week,
No, it's the Rick A show every week.
But I hear the argument. So I always try to, the logo has changed. Their name is on the logo, but still they're not satisfied. What else do they do?
I don't want my name on
I want my name on the merch though.
I didn't want my name on.
I want to buy a sweater with my face on it.
I believe the question was, you roll with some very big heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're in their shadow?
Well, in the beginning, I probably, we all go through this phase, right? In the beginning, you're excited to work with certain people, right? I started with Commodore. Commodore and I have been friends. Commodore went to my son's 10th birthday. All right. You guys don't know who Commodore is, you don't know him as Commodore.
I've personally been with her and Commodore at Commodore's house and
fresh out. Yeah. So I started with him and it was, I think I was like, hi, cool. Cause I went to theater. This is what I studied when I was young, theater. And I thought I was funny, but I was shy and working a 9 to 5 and being a supervisor and having this thought that I can't post certain things was driving me crazy. And then I left one day and I started doing skits with Commodore. So in the beginning, you're just excited. You want to kind of just work. Then as things start going, then you might start feeling like, I'm not getting my props as much. I kind of came up with this idea, but nobody knows, and I'm not gonna tell people that was my idea. You know, like you start going through that feeling like you're in the shadows, like people are not giving you the props, especially for women. We don't get a lot of the props. Most of the time, they'll repost these skits. It could be my idea, but they won't tag me. They'll tag the guy. Or you have friends that repost your stuff that you know, acquaintances in this industry, they won't even tag you. And I'm like, bro, we know each other. What's going on?
Rose, that happened to me recently, and a newspaper article wrote an article on me posting the original post. 2 other people reposted it, didn't give me no credit, but they reached out to me because I was the original person who posted it. So
Jaylah, are you laughing because it was you?
Shout out to those people who reposted my post and didn't give me no credit.
Yo, Rick, yo no necesito enemigos. I don't need no damn enemies, bro. I got my own co-hosts.
I don't care.
But listen,
so yeah, I get it.
You
felt in the shadow. I felt like that, but not now. I don't. I 100% don't. I feel very confident. I feel like I put in the time and I proved to people that not only am I smart and funny, but I put in the work. Yep. And you know, in a lot of these different teams, a lot of females come and go. I'm still here.
Well, you know? I want to give you your flowers right now. Jaylah got to do it earlier, even though she gives you your flowers every day. First of all,
I love Jaylah's woman empowerment speech. That was
I love to see it as
I love
women.
But you know what? The reality is that I'm not giving some bullshit ass speech. Like I'm being fucking real.
You mean it.
My girl knows. I fucking called Rose, and both of our tetas be outside, and we be out here butt ass naked talking to each other on some bitch. I love you, and I'm proud of you, and I love you, and show me some yoga moves, and
Me and Rick do the same shit. We talk.
You see what
I know you guys be talking out with your tetas out.
She's criticizing my speech before I even say anything.
Tell him,
my
Rick.
thing is, you work with Tommy, Ivan, and Ken. Don't get bigger than that when it comes to comedy. And Mark too, a couple other people. But you stand on your own. You know, Brenda does it too.
Straight up.
We've had Brenda.
Happy birthday, Brenda! Your birthday just passed yesterday. We love you.
Yes, it was.
Gang.
Yo, happy birthday, Brenda! Happy birthday, Big Lou! This weekend.
Happy birthday, Big Lou!
Yo.
March 26th. I called them though.
Happy birthday, guys!
I called them. Is there somebody else? I feel like there's another birthday.
Brother's birthday, guys.
Oh,
happy birthday,
Lucho. So
the other Big Lou.
People get excited for Black Rose content. I think you're super funny.
Yo,
things you do with Mark. I could tell what your comedy is, what your brand is, and what comes from you specifically. Like if you do something with Ken, I know if it came from him or came from you. Because you could tell stylistically whose comedy it is.
Yo, because it'd be like funny and like sexy. A lot of times.
I mean, yes, but Rose's brand of comedy is.
I feel like this, like that.
But Rose always puts in her extra, like, ella mete la pata. And she's like,
yes.
No, I'm not going to be this
it's like
sexy, slimy ass bitch that you guys expect from OnlyFans.
Hold on.
I'm going to be my own woman, and I'm going to show you what's up. I'm one of the homies.
I use this expression a lot.
What?
So it's like Tiffany Haddish and Tommy 5K had a child.
Yeah.
That's Black Rose.
I love that.
I think it's valid.
She ready. She ready.
Tiffany Haddish.
And Rose
got that award. It was years, decades before any Black female got an award. The last time was Whoopi Goldberg, like what, in the 86? Something like that?
Yo, I cried when I saw that video of her winning that award. I literally cried.
I was
such a huge accomplishment for women in this game, women of color. Like it was
And
such
you
a
mean a
huge
black vice
deal.
president is not a bigger? I think that's the biggest.
Yo, that's a dope one too. But it doesn't diminish. Yo, they could all.
It's been a great
Listen,
year.
but it's for us. We're in this field, you
Yeah.
know. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
in
the
the political
difference.
field. You want me to do
But
the
I think
Kamala
it's
Harris
all
thing?
good. Both
The
both
difference
are good.
is it's like one seems more accessible, right? Like I have no aspirations to do anything political, but I
At
have an
all.
aspiration to have
Oh,
my
except
art
for
hit
Factoria,
people.
I will do that.
Right. But I know that I want like what I create to hit people. I want to have that impact on people based on what it is that I'm able to, you know, share with the world. But in terms of politics, although we happy she here, happy
Super
to see her.
It's
But
great.
I know I don't want to be nobody's vice president,
Facts.
senator, alderman. I don't want to do none of it.
I can see
But I
Black Rose.
absolutely.
I can see
But
Black Rose
creatively,
running
I
for
think we want to open that lane for ourselves.
So
And
Black
people
Rose,
like
Black
Harry
Alder,
and
first
travel.
female alderman of the Heights. Craze. Do
Yo,
we
I
certify
can
that
see
right
Black Rose being like the mayor.
now? The mayor. of
The
Heights?
mayor?
I would vote. I'll vote
Would
for
vote?
you.
Okay.
The mayor
Let's have
of
some
New York.
fun though.
Why
Just
not?
like distorted pictures.
For like 1 hour, see how it feels.
Give me my distorted pictures promo so we could have some fun with Black Rose. So distorted photos, we take 5 images off the internet and we completely destroy them. They have to do with you, Rose.
Good luck.
They try to guess what they are. These are a little easier because I've been getting complaints. Yes,
Yeah, you make them that complicated.
Oh, it's too complicated. Like,
Let's go with the first one.
Let's see.
Go ahead, Just.
Jay Tizzle.
Just give Justin a second.
Hold on 1 second.
I told you.
Just is like, I'm not ready.
Oh,
That is me. That's Sophia. That's not me. That's Sophia La Factoria. I hate that picture, by the way. They chose the fattest picture to try to promote me for.
Because they thought you were pregnant, bitch.
I was during the first episodes. I told you I was like 20 pounds heavier, but that is Sophia
And I was-
at La Factoria.
I was
Final
actually
answer.
there for that. That was amazing.
Justin, is she correct?
Final answer.
Oh, it's still a good picture though. You look bomb.
Thank you. Looking like a little tamale.
La Factoria comes out on Sundays at 12 p.m.
Yes.
on YouTube.
Click the link in my bio.
One more, Justin. The next one.
It's not OnlyFans. It's like, oh, that's me and Tommy when I won the 7 things in a row, and I look mad emotional in this picture, and my eyes are like, oh my God, I won this.
By the way, you still hold the record. I think you most.
Yeah, you do hold the record for the
I hold the record.
longest.
No, I'm still the reigning champion.
Tommy.
And I'm glad that I gave you your green card, bro.
Oh my God! Don't
Green
take
card?
from her fame
What?
right now. Come on now.
No, listen, I'm sure both of us could have gone up on stage.
No.
You know,
No.
she wasn't.
No,
ready.
I
could give you Jayla's
no,
set.
I literally looked at her and I was genuinely like, I can't. You got this.
This
And
Friday.
she didn't even get it. She got the whole goddamn bag.
This Friday.
And that's my girl. And
on
that's
the
why
Ricky
I'm
Show
so
Instagram,
fucking proud of her.
I will give you Jayla's stand-up routine. 5 minutes of it. Me impersonating Jayla.
Okay.
And she's correct. That's my man Tommy 5K. He
Look,
spoke
look,
about
look.
this, by the way, when he was on
I'm
the
so
show.
emo. My eyes are like so watery. I was like, I won.
Tommy was
very happy
blonde,
for you.
by the way.
I think he's blonde again. No. Yeah. Is he?
He's blonde right now.
Did he
Yeah.
go blonde again?
Yeah, he's blonde
Right now,
again.
Give me the next one, Justin.
Tommy's trying to be J Balvin.
Oh, that is when we went to Soul Frito that Ken was hosting, and then we had the whole Liddy Tootity Have a Good Night crew in the building, and that's Damn Homie in the front with us.
Let's see if she's correct.
Good times.
The whole game.
Good times. And look at us. Look at us. Look how good
Look
we
at
look.
Marcos. Todo mundo.
Marco with his famous hat. He had that shit yesterday.
I can't stand him with his hats.
Look at Chuck, Tele,
Shout out to
Green,
Tele.
Adi, I love her. Ken is my
Give me the
fucking
next
brother,
one.
man.
See, now it gets a little harder.
Okay. I'm probably doing yoga because I see a green line somewhere.
Ooh, yeah,
and I see something pink in the bottom that could be my pink yoga mat.
That's a good guess.
Justin, let's
see.
reveal the photo.
Oh, how was I supposed to get that?
Bro,
None of those colors
Yeah,
popped up.
no, that,
But that's
Yeah,
when
that
I
was kind of like.
that's a
That's
dub.
when I was hosting the Dominican parade. Shout out to Cryptic from Gender Blender that hooked me up with that gig.
Nice.
I
One more,
love that,
Justin.
like everybody in our crew, like at the end of the day, we're all united in some way, shape, or form. Like, shout out to Cryptic and Gender Blender. Like, we always find a way to stay together.
I have no idea what this is. Is this some weed? Some blunts? Look like,
This shit look like piano keys. What the fuck is this?
yeah.
Reveal the image,
I'm
Justin.
so dead.
How am I supposed to guess this?
This is the game.
Bro, let's reveal it, bro, because nobody's gonna guess this.
Take a
Yes.
wild ass guess. It's coming from your IG. So
Well, maybe
figure
it's
it
the colors. Maybe it's the colors.
No, not just her IG.
No, because the colors were deceiving before,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
Facts.
That's true. You're right.
Carrie's like, I don't know.
Let's just
I
reveal
got
it.
nothing for you, girl.
Reveal it.
Looks like pianos. Looks like somebody rolled a Dutch on the top.
Right? Sorry.
I'm so mad I don't got a backwood right now. I've been smoking.
I know what image this is. If Justin, you got it? Oh, boom.
Oh, that's cute.
Me making my predictions when I went to Cali,
Manifesting.
manifesting Black Rose in production. Let's do it, baby. Let's go.
So
That was a fun trip. I remember that's when I first went to Cali and I was supposed to meet with some influencers and everybody kind of bailed on me, but thank God that Tommy and Ivan were doing some of their stand-up shows there. So the first 3 days were great. And then my cousin who lives in North Hollywood works in production. So I would never see her. It was like 13-hour work days. And I was literally in her house just walking to get weed whenever I wanted to. And then I went by myself to go check out the stars. I went by myself to Venice Beach. I was just touring, just watching the city because I was like, I cannot be in Cali for the first time stuck in this apartment. Makes no sense.
And you were manifesting, baby, because
And I was just walking
them
around.
stars.
Go eat tacos in the taco stand, go to the dispensary.
Well, you got a star in Hollywood, so
Yo, let's go. That's dope.
you've made it somewhere.
Ashe.
I want to thank D.Carrie from Travel and Shit being on the show.
Yo, thank you.
I do appreciate it. Dana,
Thank you for having me.
No.
Dana and I talk about podcasting every once in a while. Black Rose.
Yo, thank you so
It was
much.
long overdue for you to be on the show, but I figured having Jaylah's energy is very similar.
Yo,
And I was 100% correct. I was
Pretty much.
so when
That's what
Jaylah's
makes this. Like,
so when Jaylah's sick, you
like
could come in and
Harry,
fill in.
Harry, I'm about to adopt you too, bruh. Like, wait for my message because we traveling because I love to travel.
Yes, Harry, if you find like some like exclusive stuff, let me know.
yo.
I'm not
I
big
got
with the
you.
big groups. I
got a list.
I've
I gotta
never
go to
done a group
Bali,
trip.
I gotta go to Thailand. I gotta go to Aruba. Like,
Yo,
Everywhere
trips
but
are
Aruba.
interesting.
I've been there.
we
I don't know. I'm a
outside.
little
You tell me
iffy
where
on
I
the
go.
group.
I feel that.
Group.
I've had good experiences with group trip and bad experiences.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that it's bad. It's tricky. It's tricky to get everybody.
You
to
gotta
do
go
certain
with a
things
bunch
together.
of group. You gotta go with the group of people that are good with solo traveling. That's always what I've heard. If you go with a
And-
group of people that travel by themselves, okay, you'll be fine. Everybody
And
just
not
gotta do
only
their own
that,
thing and
you
come
have
together
to
when
have
y'all ready.
you just have to be honest and have open communication. And that's what people don't seem to understand. That you can travel and be like setting your own boundaries and be like, hey, I need a day for myself. I need a day for a group travel.
Listen, Jaylah, I don't want to have brunch on Saturday at 2. I want to be at the beach. Okay.
Listen, as long as the communication is open, that's what matters when you're group traveling. And people do not seem to understand that because as Latinos, we're
There we go.
stuck to each other's asses. Oh, we wake up. What are you doing? Where are we going to breakfast? No, mija, que usted quiere.
I'm sorry,
Por
Latinos
favor.
are not like that. I'm just
pues,
saying,
¿qué
they're
vas
not
a
like that.
hacer?
Yo,
Mija, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Porque es plata plomo.
yo, I think that
Sorry, I've been watching
It's kind of like
Narcos.
a crossover episode.
150th episode of Travel and Shit is
I'm up to
Carrie, D.Carrie traveling to a weird island with
Jaylah.
these two.
And
With
Black
Jaylah and
Rose.
Rose.
Harry, have you been to Costa Rica? Cause
I
Yo,
have.
let's do it.
I did.
At
We-
I'm here.
D.Carrie.
The battery died.
At
Do another
D.Carrie is
set.
her
We do
Instagram.
East Coast to Costa Rica, Pacific Coast, Atlantic Coast. Costa Rica is one of the only countries that got all the coasts. Let's do this.
I really want to go back to Costa Rica because I found out there's mad Black folks in Costa Rica. Like after I'd already planned my itinerary.
They're not from.
No,
Jayla's
I'm Costa
part of the
Rican.
island.
Yo tengo mi cédula. Like I'm a Costa Rican citizen.
Oh, nice.
Jayla's from the rich part of Costa Rica.
that sounds like the I was gonna
So,
say.
Yeah, you be seeing when Jaylah posting pictures in Costa Rica, I be mad as hell. Like, why am I not there?
She got a personal limo driver. She did an episode from a limo, so I wouldn't go.
I was not in a
Alright,
limo.
I'm
I
with a
was in a
luxury trip.
jipeta.
Yo, I'm just saying that sounds like a good crossover episode. Jaylah,
Does.
Black Rose, Dana.
Yeah.
We outside.
the
We going to
shits.
Costa Rica. Let's go.
Costa Rica
I'm with the
vacation.
I'm with the shits too.
And it's funny because every time I go to Costa Rica, it's for two reasons: medical or family. So I've never even gotten to really explore my own country.
I got
You know
put
what?
on to medical
wanted to.
tourism while I was there. There was a random guy at the that's back when I was still staying at hotels. There was a guy, it was only me and one other person, and we were eating breakfast at the same time, and people just want to start conversations, but I'm open to conversations with strangers when I'm traveling. And he was just like, "Oh, what you here for?" I'm like, "Shits and gigs, bro. Why not? I had bread to go to Costa Rica." And he's like, "I'm getting my whole face done." I'm like, all of his teeth. He was like, "I'm here for dentists. Like, they got the best dentists here. I'd rather spend this amount. It's cost me less to book a trip, pay for my teeth,
And come
and pay
back.
for all of this shit and come back versus what it would have cost to get it done in the States." So he was like, "Why not get a fucking vacation out of it?"
Literally,
I
I just
I don't
have
mind.
a good idea.
I'm not gonna front. I have adult braces since December for the same reason. My dentist is from American Dental in Costa Rica, in Escazú, and I literally have brackets on my teeth,
Yo,
and I have to wear placements, and it's for the same reason. He was like,
So-
"Yo, like you've worked too
Coming
hard. Like you need to just."
2021 is Jaylah's personal show. I'm gonna announce it today. Is the 99th episode.
sponsored by Costa Rica dentists.
We're revoking her Costa Rican card because she's only been there for medical and family. Come on now.
No, not for family.
I mean, I got my godson's coming in May. Like,
Yo,
I got my own life over there. I don't.
You gotta
I
get
don't
recertified from Costa Rican.
Costa
We
Rican.
gotta get the Costa Rican all
Oh
the
no,
way.
I'm the mainest. Listen, if there's ever going to be a representation for Costa Rica, no offense, but fuck Maribel Guardia, and it's gonna be
She's
me.
Mexican.
Jaylah is going to be the face of Costa Rica. You best believe it.
Jaylah show.
Yeah, that hot shit.
I want to
Speak
thank
it.
Rose
Yo,
for being
Black
on the show.
Rose, thank you.
Honestly, it was a pleasure. You are
Thank you.
welcome to the family. You come in,
Anytime.
Thank you.
guest co-host whenever you want when Jaylah's not
Anytime.
here.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
child.
replace Jaylah as the co-host.
He's
of the
trying to
show.
replace me with you, Carrie, but he don't know that we're
They
gonna
can.
travel and then
That's
We're
one
gonna
thing I
replace
cannot
the Rick
do with
H
Jaylah
show
is
with
the
the
Puerto
Jaylah
Rican.
Jayla's irreplaceable.
From all over the world.
If
Just
Black
popping up with
Rose
shit.
is interested, I'm making the offer right now. She could come and replace Jaylah.
Do that.
Nah, bro.
Okay.
Jayla's
Work out the Black Rose segment and everything.
Damn.
Why have enemies when you have co-hosts?
It be your own.
But Rick kicks
Yeah.
Jaylah off this shit every like 2 weeks.
Yes. So
Never leaves. She just
I'm gonna
stays.
say this. Jayla's got 30. I said the stats already somewhere. 30 something
36.
episodes. 36.
episodes.
Craze has 64. The longest running co-host behind me is Benny Banks, and he has 69 episodes.
Of
And
course.
because I told him that number, he said he's never coming back.
Heard you.
Because he wants to
Shout
keep
out
it
to
at
Benny.
69.
He wants to keep it at 69, so he never wants to do another episode.
Paulie B's got 14 episodes under the belt. He was one of the founders.
And Rick has
But Craze is gonna surpass Benny one of these days, and we'll do a little celebration for that.
Yeah,
And
but I'm the youngest one here, and I'm still catching up quickly. So I'm gonna need y'all not to
Oh,
leave me
no.
behind.
You gotta double
Okay.
34. Craze.
No,
How many
thanks
you
for
got?
having me,
Force.
guys.
How many you got,
two
Craze?
episodes a week. You gotta do 2 episodes a week, Jaylah, to beat me.
Okay, there we go.
We both know Rick is not allowing that to happen.
Yes, I would. Yes,
You
I
just
would.
gotta shoot your own podcast and call it the Rick A Show, so you could. Episodes.
I'm excited for next week. Is our 100th episode. Is a huge milestone.
Hey.
Me and Benny and Paul started this, and the first 3 episodes were completely about sports. We had no idea what we wanted to do. We knew we liked talking shit, and some of us had some really good valid points. And Paul was actually the first one to say, let's do this type of episode, and it's called The Show About the Show, and it grew from there on the 9th episode, Justin came on. So Justin's done 90 something episodes. I think Justin's actually the longest running after me. It's not Benny. To 100 episodes is crazy. Clarence as a photographer, Craze coming in, Jaylah coming in, the Munkey Room, Uptown, Washington Heights, just showing us the support and love.
And not only that, we got nominated last year for 3 Latin Podcast Awards.
We
won one.
Guys.
And this year, we're nominated for 6.
I never thought I would interview Jesse Terrero ever in my life, and I have.
Yo.
Ari Spears twice. Ari Spears got my phone number. That dude texted me the other day about some Tyson.
Yeah, man.
So it's
we've had Washi, Giancarlos. We've done a lot from everybody. Like, and that's one of the things that like I appreciate about being a part of this podcast is that we don't have to always do big time celebrities or big time people, but we always give flowers to people that deserve it in our area, in our realm. We've had Brenda, we've had Tommy, we've had Ivan, Carrie, and there's so many people in our world.
We've had
Mark. Try to uplift people, even though Rick is a hater by nature. We usually use the show
I only hate on Craze,
to uplift the community. You know,
I only hate on Craze.
He really does. He really does.
I'm gonna say this right now: if we win more than one award, we're doing a big party at the Munkey Room. So,
excuse me, I call the next award. Sorry, Craze.
Let's go.
Craze. The next trophy goes to Justin, then Craze, then Jaylah. Because
what?
Justin is putting.
No, I'm the female. I deserve like the other one.
Wait.
I'm pulling the Me Too card. I want the second award, damn it.
Bro, I know the website they print those they order those trophies from.
All right, so then order your own one and give me the one they said.
I just get my own shit. I'll put that sticker on it.
Next episode, Discovery Plus's 90 Day The Single Life. Fernanda from that show will be on our 100th episode. Tune in at a special start time of 7 o'clock.
7 p.m.
7 o'clock? Wait, I didn't know all this.
It's a 2-hour special. It's gonna be insane. We're gonna be talking about QAnon next week.
QAnon, oh shit, yeah.
So log on the 100th episode.
We're gonna review who Q is.
Are you guys finally gonna give me like who my future fiancés are gonna be?
Yes,
and we're gonna an update on Jaylah's 90-day journey.
Jaylah's 90-day journey.
I haven't even gotten divorced yet, and these dudes are trying to set me up with a whole new marriage.
Rose, you could send somebody a recommendation your way.
Oh, please, Rose. Have a field day. Ivan already sent in a recommendation. Tommy sent in a recommendation.
Yeah.
Please, by all means, si tiene un primo bien hermoso en DR.
I'm waiting on Eric.
Déjame ver.
My cousin Chan already put his application for a visa.
Yeah, I got 5 cousins removed from DR who I never knew. They sent in their information.
Sent in a request. They're trying to.
And luckily for me, I love Dominicans, so I'm gonna
post a pic and ask people who wants to.
I'm gonna sleep in a mosquitero and be okay with it.
Black Rose.
I'm gonna send you
the
90-day journey photo of Jaylah
with the pigtails on.
With the pigtails on. And
okay.
We'll see you all next week. Thank you for being on the show. I truly do appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks
Number
for having
99
me.
in the books. Love and peace to all y'all.